Hey, thanks for coming back. It's Chris again from Sellside Capital. I want to show you how to best understand what value is on your sell site. So everybody, when they call us, they sometimes have no idea exactly how much their tower's worth, and they have a number made up in their head just based on what their friends had said or what somebody had offered them. So the easiest way and the quickest way to understand valuation is really based on three things. One is going to be on the location. So with location, if it's hard to zone, zoning comes into play. It makes it worth more if zoning is tight. If you live in a more rural community where they can put a tower up anywhere, that does not work in your favor. It usually turns down the value just a little bit. The second thing you want to understand is tenant quality. What do I mean by that? If it's ABC radio station, broadcasting on the AM dial, that's going to be looked at on a lower grade than if it's, say, somebody like Verizon. Who would you rather get paid from? This smaller radio station or Verizon? Chances are you're going to want Verizon. They tend to pay steady. So that's the second thing that you look at. And the third thing is ultimately how much money are you generating on a monthly or annualized basis. So we'll just do it on an annualized basis, and let's just call it $20,000 a year in revenue is what you get from your tower. So how do you quantify that on a sale of a property? Well, what you don't do is you don't take it and go, well, it's $20,000 plus 30 years worth of rent, and whatever that equates to is how much that thing is worth. That's not the way you do that. The way that you do it, just like anything else, and the best example I can give you is if you have a mortgage on your home, you don't do the same thing with interest on your home and say it's worth this much because I have a 30-year mortgage on my property. The best way to do it in today's market, assuming you have a good quality tenant, so you have good quality tenant, say that you're in a good location where it's at, and now you take your rent. The easiest way to do this, forget about how much money you make per year. The easiest way to do it is whatever that number is, whether it's 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and times that by 15 to 18 times is what you're going to end up with, and that's really the value of what your rent's going to be. So let's just say, for sake of simple math, you get $10,000 a year. Well, if you take that $10,000 times 15, you're going to be looking at $150,000 is about what you're going to get in today's market. If all these things are aligned, zoning's difficult, you have a good credit quality tenant, it could be worth as much as $180,000. So if you happen to get a phone call from somebody randomly telling you that they want to buy your tower and they offer you something, the quick down and dirty math is this. Take whatever your rent is, times that by 15 or 18, depending on factors, and that's about what you're going to end up on valuation. Now, what turns these valuations up? Do you have multiple tenants? And if you look at our other video, I'll actually show you how you can count who is on your tower, how many different people are on your tower. So if you have multiple tenants on your tower, that increases the revenue. If zoning is really difficult and it's hard, then you're going to have an increase in rent. So you can drive this number in some cases north of 20 times. So use that next time somebody calls you to better understand whether you should give them your time or not. And if not, give us a call. We're happy to help you and give you some free advice on better understanding how much your sell site is worth.